Hello, my name is Vasil Popov, and this is my video on solving polynomial inequalities with graphs. So, the first equation that I have here is x squared plus 3x is greater than 10. So, here we just do the math and we get to x squared. We just try to get this side to be 0, which we have. And then after we get this side to equal x squared plus 3x minus 10, then we do the AC method. So then we can group it up like so. So the AC method we get is 5x minus 2x, and then it would be x squared plus 5x, and then negative 2x minus 10. And then you would factor everything out, and then you will be left with this at the end, after you just do your AC method and so. So then we get, this is how you would do it on the number line. So this, we are not solving like this. Don't get mixed up by thinking this is a graph. I thought this is a graph, so I've already done this project with a video for this, which is my bad. But so yeah, so instead of this, we go to the graph here. So as we see, we have a graph here where we have 2 and negative 5, and we have to create a parable. I believe it's called like this, indicating where it will be positive and where it will be negative. It will be negative in between here, so I can I can use this. Sure, this will be negative, and then this will be positive. And since at the beginning of our problem, this was saying that x squared plus 3x minus 10 is greater than 0, we are looking for the positive values. And to write this out, this is one way you could write it out, which is how I believe how I did it. You write everything, you write negative infinity because everything here, there are infinite numbers that can be there, and that to negative 5 will be positive, and then the u is to connect these two to show the other area where it will be, and then it will be 2 to infinity going in positive infinity, which means it will go that way. And the next problem I have here is x cubed minus x is greater than or less than 3x squared minus 3. To do this, you would get these to be on the left side of the equation, so this will equal 0. Then you can factor by grouping, as you see here, by this and this. Then you can take out what you can, so you can always take out x squared, so then it'll be left with x minus 3. And then here you can only take out the negative because you want this to be these two to be the same, so you can get x minus 3 and x squared minus 1 is is less than or equal to 0. But then you can factor this another time, so you can get these 3 different solutions. And this, again, I have written out a number line. If you want to pause the video and just take a look at it just because, but this is not what you're supposed to be doing, so please do not do this. And then here we have our second graph. This, since there's 3 different points, we have to write 3 different numbers. So we have negative 1, 1, and 3. And as we go back, as we see here, the greater than or equal sign says greater than or less than sign says that it's equal to or less than 0. It's equal to or less than 0. So we're going to look for the negative numbers, right? And here, you're supposed to also put circles for your answer just to indicate that it is including that number, because it is equal to. You will write out your graph, and you say that you want every number that's going here, and that's also infinity, because these numbers will be negative. And you also want the numbers in between here, because those will also be negative. The numbers here are positive and positive, because you see how the graph is dipped here and it raises up, and it'll become it'll be positive y's, and this will become positive. This is positive and negative. You want it to, for your answer, you only want all the negatives for y, and the positives are not the correct answer. For this one, what you write is negative infinity with negative 1 to show that this area is part of your answer, and then the u to indicate that this is part of it, 1 to 3, because these numbers will also be negative. Okay. Situation where it is different and where a lot of students can make mistakes is something like this, where it is unfactorable and you cannot cannot do the AC method, and what you would have to write for this is that there are no values of x that make the inequality true, because x, judging by some of the work that is shown here, like no matter what you do, it will either become -2 or +2, and those two are not equal to 1, as the coefficient for x is 1. Thank you, and that is my video on solving polynomial inequalities with graphs.